Good morning, dear friends. What a blessing to be invited to a new day, to be invited to learn the new and to reinvent ourselves. That's the goal of life. We cannot stay the same. We need to blossom in our divine potentials. And we can only do this on earth in the presence of the Christ. This is the message in chapter 2 of the Book of Hope, a new book translated by Kardec Radio's team and not published yet, but relayed to you here through our morning prayers. In this chapter, Emmanuel, through the hands of Chico Xavier, he's going to invite us to really observe our model, without which we cannot renew ourselves. He quotes Jesus as in Matthew 5:18, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth have passed away, not one jot or one little shall in one title shall in any wise pass from the law till all have been fulfilled." And in that note, Kardec, in the Gospel according to Spiritism, explains, Christ was the initiator of the purest, most sublime morality of evangelical Christian precepts, which will renew the world, bring men together, and make them brothers and sisters. That will make our hearts spring to charity and love of neighbor, and to establish among humans common solidarity. Of a perfect morality, in short, that will transform the earth, making it the abode of superior spirits to those that today inhabit. The science of man on earth has been liquidating all problems elusive to the comfort of humanity. These are Emmanuel's words. Jesus observed the slavery of humanity by humanity, and he dignified work through compassionate and just laws. Jesus recognized social martyrdom of women that civilizations held in a multi-millenary captivity regime, and gave them access to universities and professions. Jesus saw that the human beings fell prematurely in death, overwhelmed with excessive activity for its own survival, and gave humanity the driving force. Jesus examined the insulation of the blind and gave them proper instruction. Jesus cataloged delinquents as sick people and turned prisons into school penitentiaries. Jesus was moved by the contagious diseases, and he created the vaccine. Jesus was moved by desperate, wounded, and sick, and invented the anesthesia. Jesus noted the losses of solitude and built powerful machines that connect continents. Jesus analyzed the systematic misunderstanding that oppressed nations and offered them the book, the telegraph, the radio, the television that brings them together towards a single world. Meanwhile, the defeated of anguish gather on earth today as they swarmed in yesterday's earth. All forms are articulated and emerge from all directions. They lost their job, which guaranteed their family stability, and disoriented, downcast, seeking for bread. They have been evicted from their very roof and wander aimlessly. They are deprived of hope, and they are on the verge of suicide. They have been fallen into dangerous conflicts of conscience. We have those who are old or seriously ill or are astray, or who lost their loved ones, or those who feel the need to be embraced by kindness and tenderness, those who mourn for the children who are lost. For all of them, those who have fallen into moral suffering, the science of men does not have resources yet. That's why Jesus, when gathering them in multitude on the top of the hill, he unfurled a flag of charity, proclaiming the eternal beatitudes delivered to them as children of the heart. Friends of the heart, when you extend a consoling word or a fraternal hug, a drop of balm or a ladle of soup, relieving those who cry, you are before them in the presence of the Christ, from whom we learn that the only remedy capable of curing the anguish of life is born of love, which pours sublime of the science of God. I had to skip the messages from these books are a true tribute to the gospel, according to Spiritism. Sometimes they are long. I had to summarize some of the last statements. I apologize. But as you know, and you have noticed, you know, sometimes people feel things. You go to doctors. They don't know what to say. They say, oh, it's stress, it's anxiety, it's depression, and yet science has little to help yet. We are in the 21st century. Why? Because we're not there yet. We're not a fully civilized society on earth in general. It's saying in the Spirit's book. So what do we need? We need more loving action, which is charity. But loving action, charity, is not that easy thing like, oh, I get the money and I give it. Yes, it belongs to it. But the ultimate charity is being good towards everyone without distinction. Being of goodwill. Are we in goodwill towards everyone? Because if somebody who is famous comes to us and say, Vanessa, I need this, I quickly go there. Oh my gosh, that person asked me a favor. But if a family member who is in my house asks me for the same thing, I'll say, no, 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 no. You see, we're not charitable yet. And then we're polite to people in the street. But then to the people who are the closest to us, we're rough. We spend our days planning material goals, totally forgetting about the needs of people who have less. And for us spiritists, why is it so hard to spread spiritism, especially in the US? Because life is easy, right? Materially speaking. And people want to think of their material goals. They don't want to dedicate themselves to spiritual goals. But when problems come, they know where to knock. They know where to ask. Yes, friends. This is the status of our humanity. So, Emmanuel's words today are, friends of the earth, when you extend a consoling word or a fraternal hug, a drop of balm or a ladle of soup, relieve those who cry, you are in the presence of the Christ, without which we will not progress. So let us meditate on this and move to our prayer. Dear Mother, Father God, we want to thank you for a new day, for your protection, for the inspiration of this hour, for the opportunity of being here with you. Thank you for giving us the Christ of the earth, our guide and model, giving us the opportunity of progressing always. We thank you for the day and the night, and especially for the opportunity we're given to be useful. May today we meditate on the needs of others, devote ourselves to reaching out to them. We visualize our cities and our states and our countries enveloped in protection. We see it spreading out to the world, relieving pains and sorrows. Thank you for bringing to us the energy medicine that we need for the mind and the bodies, balancing ourselves at each chakra, each molecule, harmonizing ourselves and expanding in light in our homes, workplaces, children's schools, hospitals, nursing homes, prisons, shelters, refugee camps. We are dreaming, dear God, of the day when life is ever kinder and fraternal amongst ourselves. May we be more kinder and fraternal to reach that day. Trusting the good and only the good, wasting no time with evil, which is the temporary absence of the good. We rejoice in your presence today and always, and so be it. Yes, dear friends, here we are in this beautiful day. A day of joy and kindness, because we celebrate the presence of the Christ. What an honor for us. Let us see how we can be more fraternal today and be in the presence of the very Christ. Thank you, friends, for this morning prayer, for our togetherness. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, John. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Slavik. We wish you a beautiful day and night in God's love.